everybody, it is Queen McRib. I am bringing you all the CVL interview coverage and all the behind the scenes scoop on all the favorite teams that you guys are supporting throughout these couple of weeks as we start in on the tournament. And I am here with Kudo, who is not only the president of San Jose State University, but who also founded the program itself.
That is true. How are you doing, Queen?
I'm good. I'm good. I got to get into it because that in and of itself is kind of insane. So you
Absolutely.
actually started the program. So can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes. When I mean by founder and president, I founded the SJSU Esports Club Sport program. Before it was,
Mhm.
we still had competitive teams prior to 2018, but they were under just the usual student club, under the gaming club on campus, which is called Spartan Gaming. Around 2018, I got reached out by the director of Club Sport. His name is Winston, and they were interested in wanting to dive a little bit into esports and to possibly field teams under the club sports umbrella. It's not like the athletics program that our football team and basketball team and the other varsity teams are, but it's still something that would recognize us as an actual team on campus rather than just a club of people to play
Mhm.
video games on. So at the time, I was just an officer for Spartan Gaming before they wanted to take specifically the competitive structure of that club onto the club sports program. So I led that initiative and I founded it back in 2018. It was just four teams at the time: League of Legends, Overwatch, Fortnite, and Counter Strike. And the goals were humble at the time, where it was just like, let's just field teams and let's build this up. At the time, it was
Mhm.
UC Irvine and Harrisburg getting all the news and coverage and everything because that was like the first investments in large quantities of money to their esports program in their community. But everything about
Mhm.
that goal back then was just completely humble and let's just see what happens. And 3 years later, things are a little different from back then, but I can't believe the progress.
It's like, look what
Yeah,
happened.
exactly.
And okay, can you give us a little bit of background on yourself as a gamer? Like, I mean, you have all this knowledge and experience and I mean, creating your own team, I guess, or I guess branch of teams. So can you give us a little bit of insight there?
Cool. Trying to figure out where to start because I was basically born a gamer thanks to my brother.
Okay.
Because every like growing up, I always saw him play Command and Conquer Renegade and Crazy Taxi, and I always wanted a piece of that action, even though he kicked me off the controller. But like around high school and middle school, I really grew into being that gamer personality in school. Whereas League of Legends was my life in high school practically. Um, my love for gaming really came from the fact that it was a really cool social outlet for me at the time, and I spawned a lot of friends both in my school and online, and I really grew and developed within the internet community before it became what it is today. Going into college, I wanted to explore. What was the gaming scene like on campus? Is there something really cool? Is there a lot of big things? And I realized once stumbling upon San Jose State that it was still very humble beginnings in the sense that it was just a club run by students, only by students and no other support. And then once I
Mhm.
joined that scene, I then get told the stories about how back in 2014 we were the second best League of Legends club on in the entire United States, placed second overall
Oh.
in ULOL. But they were just students who raised money for that trip, and the university didn't
Mhm.
really acknowledge that. Same in 2016 when our Counter Strike team was the best in the entire nation, won multiple tournaments like CSL, and there was still not much university recognition of those accomplishments. I got in contact with one of my mentors, I say Josh Cruz, who ran that team, and
Mhm.
he graduated at that point when I reached out to him about starting the program. Like, yeah, this is our obstacles, but the fact that Winston, my director, reached out to me and wanted to do this, there's a lot of opportunities here. So
Yeah.
founding this program, I knew there was a lot that San Jose State can offer. It's just
Mhm.
that we just gotta keep going our grassroots way and just build our teams, recruit from just the general student body, form our teams together, and just see what happens. That's always been
Yeah.
my philosophy with starting these teams and just setting humble objectives. And once we realize our competitive strengths, we'll just go from there.
Yeah. One quick thing, I have to plug in my computer.
No
I
problem.
didn't wanna interrupt you
Of
because
course.
that was
It
great.
gives me time for a water break
So
anyway, so it's good.
I was like, "He's on a roll, like, he's I can see the fire in his eyes." I
Oh
don't wanna
yeah.
interrupt him.
No, all good.
Um, so let me just do this. My computer should be all good. Yeah, it's all good. Okay. Okay, we're just gonna go straight into it. You good? No?
Yeah, all good.
Cool. So, y bouncing off of that, what is your major in all of this, the backseat behind all of your knowledge in esports? What's your major?
Business management. So the major fits well with the role.
I was literally about to be like, does that play into your role as VP?
Basically, um, just because a lot of my role is just managing players, and ensuring that each, I ensure I facilitate the success of the teams in sitting in on the scrims, helping out in recruitment, setting goals for our managers and everybody below.
Mhm.
Because since I run the overall program, I also have to focus on the external things that the teams don't care about, like finances and trips. All of this obviously
Mhm.
pre-COVID, the marketing of the team. Whereas I also command the structure of the managers and ensuring that their goals is maximizing our team's strength throughout this entire year. So it's a lot of
Yeah, I
player
mean,
management and a lot of that comes to play.
yeah, I was about to say, it just seems like you have like it's layers and layers and layers of responsibility on your plate, basically. So how do you do it? Like I know that's like a weird question, but like what part of like health and wellness do you kind of prioritize so you make sure you're sane enough to be depended on by so many people?
Hmm. The way I'm going about this, and I think this is only true in the collegiate level, is to sort of make all the people that's kind of below me my friends too. So they
Mhm.
recognize that while I'm technically like a boss and like, a higher authority figure, I try to not make that the part of the relationship. I try to befriend everybody that's in this program, and they see a human side, just because it's like, this is not a corporation. They're not being paid to do this. We all have a
Mhm.
common goal for this, and in the end of the day, I want what's best for them. So it's just befriending all the people in this program, getting to know them, getting to know their actual names outside of their gamer tag, and seeing what they prefer, and sort of just they're interested in the program that I'm running, right? So I want to ensure
Mhm.
that we have similar goals and similar ambitions, and that usually tends to be the case. When they're all
Yeah.
into wanting the teams to be successful, it's like awesome. I'm here with you, and I want to convey and communicate that, even if I can't be at every practice or scrim. And I told them
Mhm.
I can't be, but when I'm there, I'm obviously listening. And they're all better than me in video games, by the way. So I don't act like I'm good. I don't tell
Mhm.
them. You saw some ugly frags from the team in the Valorant, and I mean with them about it. But if you watch me on a stream, I'm only gold 2. I'm pretty garbage, but so I'm also honest about where I am in the games compared to where they're
Mhm.
at. They're all better than me, except for Madden, but that's beside the point.
Yeah, there's no team for that. Not yet.
Exactly, it's only I, yeah.
And while we're talking about it, I mean, what do you think is your team's strengths? I mean, we've seen them in the league. We know they're strong competitors, but what do you think is kind of what separates your team from everyone else?
Ooh, what separates our team from everybody else? I think it's the for Valorant specifically. We when I started the recruiting campaign for this, I was just like, let's just build a community and so see where we're at. And then we
Mhm.
found all these crazy people that know how to frag in the game, and actually care so much. And when they all came together, they're like, "Oh my goodness! Like we're all pretty nutty, you know? We're all pretty damn good at this game. Let's just if we they all harness their motivation and their pure raw mechanical skill, and they want to make something out of it and maximize that. They're all really motivated to do really well. I think what's unique about us is just the fact that we're all down to make a name for ourselves in this brand new environment, in a game that
Mhm.
is not what they're used to playing, because a majority of them come from an Overwatch background or a Counter-Strike background, and they see Valorant as something completely cool. They're motivated about the game, they're motivated about the team, and they're motivated to see where how successful they're going to be, and they want to maximize that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and I have to ask you, like, do you have any advice for upcoming students that are looking to either spearhead their own, East college esports team, or even get involved in maybe an esports team that already exists? What would you give them for advice?
This is for people that want to have a career inside this space, esports gaming, and anything that revolves around the companies that operate around this field. Joining a program like this is such a huge resume boost, and not only a huge resume boost, but oh my goodness, the contact boost is insane. The amount of networking
Mhm.
opportunities, especially in this majority virtual world that esports, at least in the collegiate level, is running in, you will know a lot of people that will help you in your career, and you can refer to them later. Just the amount of friends I made in this scene is incredible. Just just go for it, I would say. Um, just find interest in, or you should be interested already. Just find that opportunity to be a leader, or just join your gaming community on campus and just see where it goes. If there's a hole that needs to be filled and you recognize that, then just be the one to make that change, and be the one to do it, I guess.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I gotta ask as we wind down, do you have any words of advice for your opponents who are gonna face SJSU coming up? Like, what do you want to say to them?
Okay, it's pretty BM if I don't say anything, so I got to think about something. Um, I mean, in the end of the day, good luck and have fun. But if you respect our ability to play, we'll Oh my goodness, I don't know what to say. I'm sorry, that's really toxic.
No, no, no. We can
Oh my
edit this as well.
goodness,
So if you need
yeah.
to think of it.
I guess I would say is just in the end we're here to have fun, and in the end we're still having fun in the process. If you want to come against us, just ooh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to not be toxic here. Let me think. Thank you for offering the edit. Oh my god,
You're like
I was on a roll, but then I see the train was going off the cliff, publicly. So I gotta think.
No, take your time. Take the
Mhm.
trash talking segment. That's the least of your worries. You got the
Okay,
hard part out of the way.
yeah, because I thought this was gonna look good as a trash talk, but then I'll just. Ooh. All right. Yeah. Our opponents. I would say do your best. Just honestly, straight up. Just like I can't. I have to say that I feel really good about our team. The team feels really good
Mhm.
about how we're gonna do. Just give it your all, and if you beat us, we'll respect the hell out of you. But you gotta give it your all, just straight up. I can't underestimate. It's like I don't want to expose our weaknesses too, but if you manage to pull it off, that's gonna be one hell of a story for your program. I'll tell you that, and we'll give nothing but respect for you guys. But you got to do it first, all right?
I love
You
that.
know, you know the meme in the casters. They're like, San Jose State is not gonna be beaten. I'm gonna be the one in chat spamming that because I believe in myself. All right.
Yeah, San
So
Jose just
no,
doesn't take losses.
we don't take losses. Are you gonna be the first? Are you gonna be the first? You just gotta prove it. You just gotta prove it.
Well, Kudo, I mean, it's been a blast talking to you. Thank you so much because you really serve a role that, like, a lot of the people that I have talked to, you really seem to have more of a hands-on role in like the actual program itself. Because not a lot of a lot of the leaders that I've talked to are like the esports leaders or managers or team managers for the CVL. Some of them, the program already existed, or they kind of came into it as it was growing, but like you really started this whole thing, so that's really incredible.
Hmm. And I don't want to also undercut the fact that everybody around me is also making this possible too.
Yeah.
Especially the team manager. At least in this case, the CVL, Jay and Elvin have been putting a lot of effort into making this become possible, and every player around has been said, yeah, we're so into it. Everybody around me is motivated, and that's also motivating me to do a better job. So it's there's so many pieces around me that's helping make this succeed. And this is my last year, so once I hand the keys off, I can't wait to see what they're gonna do. You know.
Yeah, and I can't wait to see either. I'm really excited to see how
Mhm.
San Jose performs in these upcoming weeks. They've been they've been solid. I can't say they haven't been.
Totally. I'm happy. I'm happy for them a lot. I just can't wait to see what this is all going to culminate to in the end of the year.
Me either. Well, thank you, Kudo. Thank you so much for the interview, for finding the time to sit down and talk to me. I know your schedule must look insane. Your planner must be like 10 million pages long.
Thanks, Queen.
And for all of you viewers at home, if you enjoyed this interview as much as I did, make sure to check out our other ones on the Gamers EDU YouTube channel. And yeah, thank you again, Kudo, and we'll be seeing you guys later. Bye,
See
guys.
y'all.